Hello, and welcome to this edition of Checking In With, Glassfire series where we check in with artists around Texas to see how they're coming along and what's going on in their studios. This week we're talking with two artists at once. They are Sedrick and Letitia Huckaby, and they make up the Huckaby Studios, where they work independently on their individual art careers, and we're very happy to have them here today. I am doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're all right.
Good.
Keeping up with kids.
Trying to figure this thing out, man. You just like you.
And I am doing my best to stay covered up, stay locked down, and we only go out for groceries and walks. That's about it.
Sounds like us.
Yeah.
I go to the river and get my exercise in the morning and do groceries. That's the excitement.
Well, we do stuff in the backyard now.
Well, in the backyard, yeah. We've been spending more time doing family stuff, which is good, like watching movies together or flying kites.
It sounds like a joke, right? Go fly a kite. We actually did that.
You did that. You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you know, we're doing this series called Checking In With, and we thought of you guys as two individual artists that we wanted to check in with, just make sure that you're still around, still doing stuff, and want to know how this is affecting you, if in any way. I know Sedrick, both of you actually are teaching.
Yeah.
And how's that transition been?
I've actually enjoyed it. I teach a class at TCC, the South Campus, with Joshua Guth, and then I teach a class at UNT. At TCC, I'm teaching, technically it's 2D art.
Okay.
We've been using a camera to explore two-dimensional art. So the basics like principles and elements of design and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm teaching the senior studio in Denton.
Okay.
And the students are still able to get me their work. We just email, and we're able to use Zoom to do critiques and things. And we just had 3 critiques with the UNT students where we brought in guest reviewers during the critique, and so that was nice because they got to hear somebody other than me talk about their work. But I think the thing I like the most is I'm not commuting, so there's this extra time where I can make up projects we need to work on. The ceiling needs to be painted in the kitchen, or I need a vegetable garden. So as soon as I'm done with work, I turn around and do something else.
I saw a really funny meme about what the couple's different ideas about what working from home means, and one person is looking at all these beautiful art projects, and the other person is with a hard hat and pointing to things that need to be fixed.
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
Might as well let her in.
That's fine. Please do. We want all the participants in Huckaby Studios to show up. Right now, we just see a little hairline down there, but what's up, kid?
Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Oh, now that you're on, you're all shy. Sedrick, what's going on with you with teaching and studio?
It's a little bit of a challenge having to, adjust to all of this new stuff, just dealing with the students in a new way, dealing with the whole psychology of this situation as it affects the students, and all of the unknowns. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's interesting to kind of take on the challenge to see what can be learned from it. I think there's a lot of stuff that once we get through this, we might want to turn back and grab and recycle into the system to figure out, how it could better education versus just fit in for the moment.
Exactly. Now, I know, Letitia, you had work down here in Houston, work at Photo Relevance here in Houston, and I was happy to be able to check out that show while it was up before everything got locked down.
Right. I'm glad you came through.
Is that work still down there?
It is, and I think he's going to extend the time of the show, but everything is kind of let's wait and see how everything's going,
Have any of your exhibitions coming up gotten postponed or canceled?
Well, I think I had a piece up at the Amon Carter for the map project that is out of Dallas.
With Janelle Engelstad, yeah.
Yeah, and so that piece is on hold. And then I'll have 4 pieces at Crystal Bridges for State of the Art. And that's on hold. And I had a show that was supposed to open in May at the Macer Museum in Louisiana. And they've now pushed it to June with the possibility of 2021, 2022, depending on how things go. So we'll just see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sedrick, are you in the same boat?
Same boat. A number of things. I had a piece up at the Outland in DC, and everything is holding out. And we had a show. I was in a residency. Art for Change. It's called Art for Change. I was in a residency in India called Art for Change, and I just made 23 drawings, and they were in. It was going to be an exhibition there. And the moment we left, thank God, I left when I left, but there was supposed to be the exhibition, and all of that just got canned.
When did you leave India?
Like March 7th. Like the week before, everything kind of went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this summer, I was supposed to do a Joan Mitchell Foundation residency, and I don't know how that's gonna go now.
So with kids as well, I know that you guys are probably in there with other parents trying to figure out homeschooling. How's that working out?
No, we're really blessed that their school has been on it with the homeschooling thing. They have them on a pretty tight schedule from 9 to 12. At 9 a.m. their assignments post, and they have until 12 to work on things, and then they have a break for lunch, and then from 1 to 3 they have Zoom conferences with their teachers where they can ask questions, meet with other students, kind of see each other. They do assemblies online. They have recess online. They send them PE assignments and art assignments, and they're still supposed to be practicing their music and all that kind of stuff. So we're really blessed in that the school has jumped on it, and they have gotten, both of them are middle school. So they're at a point where they like managing their own schedule, like planning everything out, and they're really good at keeping up with everything. Yeah. We can check online to see if any assignments are missing or what grades they're getting, and ask them, did you do this? It's due today, and did you do that? It's due today. But for the most part, they've been doing really good. Yeah.
And it's interesting, like a lot of the stuff, I'm taking it that they've been doing a lot of stuff at school because we're getting to see them do all this stuff. And, I'm like, man, y'all look like y'all, you doing more now at home than you were before. But you probably not. It's just I wasn't seeing it.
We weren't watching it. It was happening at school. But like Sunny is building I'm going to say this wrong, I know, but the science department has him building, and he's got, I think, a couple weeks to figure it out. And he's trying to build something that, all this stuff happens and then it waters a plant.
Yeah, Rube Goldberg, where they make things fall.
Yeah. So he's got to build it out of stuff at home and take over a space in the end or something like that. So.
And they just finished doing plein air drawings.
Really?
Yeah. In the backyard.
Around the yard and you
in the back.
Yeah. At home.
What's coming up next for both of you individually? Sedrick, what's your immediate plans?
in the immediate future. Uh, well, so I think w- I'm. I've been talking with. We're in conversations about a show, maybe in the fall, and we'll have to see if that happens with Valley House Gallery.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the art fairs. I might be participating with Miami Basil in December.
Okay.
And then next, I'm preparing for an exhibition at University of Tulsa in November. And then, in preparation for a couple of big exhibitions next year, Blanton Museum in Austin, and then the other at the National Portrait Gallery.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it sounds like your plate is full. Is this giving you time to sort of work on those projects for the exhibitions, or is it just still on the same schedule? You know what I mean? Do you have more time in your studio right now, or just the same amount of time?
No, the how we're dealing with school has picked up because it's different. And so, no, not necessarily, but I will be, the summer does come.
Yeah.
And next semester, I'm going to have a little bit more time to kind of work. So.
Yeah. How about you, Letitia? Anything coming up immediately?
There's this organization called SIVA, Christians in the Visual Arts, and I'm doing a maker to maker kind of Zoom group meeting. I'm going to be moderating that next month. And they're also putting together a touring exhibition for works of photography.
Yeah.
So I'll have pieces that are going to that touring exhibition. And then I was just in talks yesterday with the Hillard Museum in Louisiana. They're connected with the University of Louisiana in Lafayette about a show for October through early summer of next year. So a long little stint there. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the Mesa Museum, we're still trying to figure out all that. So, and I'm supposed to have a show at Liliana's in the fall, but I don't know if
Block in Dallas.
Yeah. I don't know if the schedule has shifted because of everything that's going on now. So I guess I'll have to touch base with her and see what we want to do about that.
Maybe what's inside your studio right now? Is there anything on the wall besides that beautiful quilt back there? Tell me about that quilt. What's going on with that quilt?
The quilts are hanging up. I'm trying to do some studies for a mural project that I'm working on with the Lilly Library.
Where's the Lilly Library?
It's in Indiana, University of Indiana, UI. I don't have, these are, I'm creating a final design for that mural project, but it's still, they could choose me or they could choose somebody else, but these are quilts that I'm using for that. And let's see, there's a sculpture over there. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Is that something you're working on?
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so we have this young lady here, and this is a sculpture that I'm working on that goes along with the painting in the background, and it's a technique I learned from Dr. Eddie McAnthony.
At McAnthony Studios?
Yeah, Dr. Eddie McAnthony. Yeah.
They're in Fort Worth, yeah.
But I have a few of these coming, and they go along with paintings. So.
Well, that is the exclusive sneak peek there. Can't wait to see what comes of those. But listen, Letitia and Sedrick, thank you again for taking the time. I know we're all busy, but Thank you for taking the time to share what's going on with you, share some of your work with us and with the people that follow your work and people that are being introduced to your work with this video. So thank you both again. And I think the last time I saw you, Letitia, was at your show. And Sedrick, I think the last time I saw you was at the installation of your piece there in your neighborhood at the library. I hope it's not, I hope it doesn't go too much longer before we see each other.
That would be
Same
awesome. Same
here.
here.